Good evening, sports fans and Dogs fans. We're live at Mary Beth Rose Park for this non-conference 4A matchup of Indiana High School baseball between your Brownsburg Bulldogs and the Decatur Central Hawks. Thanks for joining us on DKSN. We're a little behind schedule. The official start time was supposed to be 5:30. Decatur Central got caught in traffic on the way over, so we are behind schedule, but about ready for first pitch. Coaches meeting at the plate, going over a little of the intricacies of this Mary Beth Rose Park. But we should have the starting lineups and national anthem in just a few minutes. Thanks a lot for joining us on DKSN. We'll be back in just a minute.
FSG stands ready to build better electrical systems, to create more impactful lighting solutions, deploy advanced building controls and monitoring, design and fabricate dynamic signage, provide cutting-edge technology, and drive innovation for a sustainable future with EV charging and solar technology. In this, FSG finds our true calling. We don't just service buildings. We serve the people who bring them to life. After all, the real power behind a building is the people inside.
All right, fans, let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your Brownsburg Bulldogs. Leading off, left fielder number 13, Canyon Coots. Batting second, shortstop number 14, Braden Greathouse. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 12, Ethan Kogel. Batting cleanup, tonight's starting pitcher, number 15, Daniel Phillips. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 7, Braden Thompson. Batting sixth, second baseman, number 11, Colin Jones. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 16, Karsten LeBlanc. Batting eighth, center fielder, number 8, Killian Groh. And batting ninth, third baseman, number 19, Skylar Rose. Starting at first base for your Bulldogs, 23, Cameron Beebe. And the head coach of Brownsburg, J.B. McCallum. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Thanks for joining us on DKSN. We're about ready for first pitch. Number 15, the senior lefty, Daniel Phillips on the mound for your Dogs. Behind the plate, number 16, Karsten LeBlanc. At first, number 23, Cam Beebe. At second, number 11, Colin Jones. At third base, number 19, Skylar Rose. At short, number 14, Braden Greathouse. In left field, number 13, Canyon Coops. In center field, number 8, Killian Grow. And in right field, number 7, Braden Thompson. Should be a good game this evening. It is chilly. Wind is blowing left to right across your screen. Official game time temperature is 52 degrees and cloudy skies. All right, looks like we were ready for first pitch. Again, thanks for joining us on DKSN.
Leading off for the Hawks.
I'm your host, Don
Catcher
Coops.
number
We'll have
7,
all the
Gage
exciting
Sprague.
action for you. Decatur Central comes in at 7-9 on the season. We are ready for first pitch. Daniel Phillips, the senior lefty. First pitch is low and away, ball one. That is lifted. Foul down the left field line. One ball, one strike. Decatur Central on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Number 7, Gage Sprague at the plate, a sophomore. The 1-1 from Phillips. One ball, or 2 balls and 1 strike. This week, Decatur Central split with Plainfield. I believe they are conference foes. 2 balls and a strike. That is low, 3-1 from Phillips. Last Saturday, Decatur Central lost to Avon 3-2. 3-1, swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Get the count full, 3-2. That is on a short hop to Greathouse. In between hops is a hard shot. I would score that probably single.
Sprague reaches on an error. Next up, Levi Seib.
Greathouse couldn't really charge that one because it was such on a line drive right at him. Fouled off to Levi Seib, outfielder, junior. Breaking ball through the hole on the left side. Back-to-back singles.
Base hit for Seib. Sprague advances to second. Next up, Drew Dalton.
Drew Dalton named no in the sophomore class. Ball high. That one got him to pop it up. Jones is underneath it at second base. The infield fly is the call. Everybody stays put. One away.
Pops out for out number 1. Next up, right fielder number 9, Luke McWhorter.
So 1 out with 2 on. First lefty on left matchup here for Phillips. Good block by LeBlanc in front of the plate. McWhorter, another sophomore. One-zero, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. No throw to second. Dogs come in 4-7 on the season. That one fouled off. 1-2. This is Phillips' first start on this season. He's appeared in 2 games, thrown 5 innings. That one up as well. Great. Jones will make it on a few steps into the outfield.
McWhorter
I
flies
think they
out.
ended up calling infield fly anyway.
Next up, 13, Jonathan Tepepa Juarez.
Tepepa Juarez. That one you want to practice before the game starts. It is spelled exactly the way you would say it. It is hyphenated, Tepepa-Juarez. So his parents just went with Jonathan. Another sophomore inside, ball 1. That one fouled off. Ball and a strike from Phillips. 2 outs, 2 on. Breaking ball called, strike on that outside corner. 1-2. Good spot from Phillips. Ooh, tried to go back to that breaking ball. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score. As we're at Mary Beth Rose Park on the campus of Brownsburg High School. The 1-2. He gone. Yep. Outside corner with
Strike
a fastball.
3.
Throws him.
Bulldogs escape the first.
So Phillips works around 2 singles and leaves 2 on the bases for the Hawks. We go to bottom 1. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN.
Leading off for your Brownsburg Bulldogs, left fielder number 13, Kenyon Coons.
All right, Kuntz will get the party started for the Dogs with number 10, Drew Dalton, on the mound for the Hawks. Sophomore right-hander. That is a ball low. Dalton with 18 innings pitched so far on this season. Kuntz lines it into center field for a line drive out.
Coons flies out for out number 1. Next up, 14, Braden Greathouse.
That'll bring up sophomore shortstop, Braden Greathouse. Called strike to Greathouse. So Dalton in those 18 innings pitched, 17 hits, 15 runs, only 5 of those earned. Ground ball, slow roller to second base, fires over for out number 2.
Greathouse out at first.
That'll bring up tonight's designated hitter, number 12, Ethan Kogel.
Next up, designated hitter number 12, Ethan Kogel.
That is low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Kogel. Off speed on that inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball, that will get through the hole up the middle. 2-out single for Kogel.
Single for Kogel. Next up, 15, Daniel Phillips.
So Vince Painter, number 2, will be a pinch runner for number 12, Ethan Kogel. And that will bring up the pitcher, number 15, Daniel Phillips.
To Vince Painter, it is a pinch runner.
All right, Phillips at the plate now with Vince Painter at first. That is low, ball 1. The pocket radar is not registering currently, but we'll get that fixed. Got him at first base. Painter sleeping a little bit.
Off at first for out number 3. We're off to the second, scoreless.
So Phillips did not complete his at bat. And we're going top of 2 with no score. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN, brought to you by Justin Suds. Quality handcrafted soaps. Go to justinsuds.com and get that Mother's Day gift today. Use code DKSN20 for 20% off your order. That's justinsuds.com. All right, number 1, another sophomore, Caleb Throop. We'll lead it off for the Hawks with Phillips on the mound and LeBlanc behind the plate. No changes defensively. Ball high. The 1-0. Yes, sir. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips works with good pace when he's out there. Yes, sir. Just low. 2 balls and a strike. Just below the knees. Cameron Beebe over at first. Jones at second. Greathouse at short with Rose at third. That one outside. 3-1. Thompson in right. Groh in center with Kuntz in left field. The 3-1. That is a called strike. 3-2. Yes, sir.
Phillips strikes out Troop for out number 1.
Phillips battles back from a 3-1 count to get the
Next up,
swinging
25,
strikeout.
Logan Marcus.
Brings up a senior, number 25, Logan Marcus. Breaking ball. Oh. They said he held. Home plate wanted to call it, but he thought, I'll appeal down to first. 1-0. That's a high strike, or a ball, sorry. Phillips reached back a little bit on that one, up to 82. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 1 strike. Off speed, swinging, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Phillips wasting no time, goes back to that breaking ball. Missed it just low. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. He gone. Oh, I guess that one was low.
Next up, 22, Brayton Smith.
And if you think that the PA system is loud tonight, you are correct, as that one is looped into shallow right field after the 1 out walk. So 2 on. The sun is back out, so now it's kind of comfortable. If we could keep this, which I do see clear skies in our forecast. Yamil Reyes, a senior. So 1 out with 2 on. Greathouse holds the runner on at second. That one bounces forward. Nice block by LeBlanc. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0. That one. Whoa! That was right at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. That one was up a little bit from the previous pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 from Phillips. Swing and a miss. Phillips goes off speeds, gets him to swing over the top. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Outside. 3-2. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. A walk and 2 singles loads the bases.
Reyes loads the bases. 1 out. Back to the top of the order, Gage Sprague.
Breaking ball. So with the bases loaded, Phillips goes back to the windup. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball in for a strike. The 1-1. High. 2 balls and a strike. Yes. Caught the outside corner, 2-2. Phillips trying to get the strikeout here. 2 ball, he'll step off. Two balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, nice 12-6 curve for Phillips.
Strikes out Sprague for out number 2. Bases remain loaded for Levi Seib.
Yes, sir. Where did that miss? The 1-0. Two balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Chopper. No play on the slow chopper.
Run scores for Decatur Central. 1-0 Hawks lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
So
Dalton.
Decatur Central on the board, 1-0 here in the top of the second. Brings up the pitcher. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss over the top of that one. The 12-6 curve looks so appealing and just dies. Daniel shakes off a couple. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Phillips from the windup. Two balls and a strike. That is a strike. 2-2 with 2 outs. Yes, sir. Good squeeze by LeBlanc for the strikeout.
That does it.
Decatur Central gets 1 on the board. We go bottom 2.
1-0 Decatur Central lead.
You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. All right, bottom two, trailing 1-0. Leading off is the pitcher, number 15, Daniel Phillips. No. Outside for strike one. Ground ball. Fielded by second base, over to first.
Phillips out at first.
That'll bring up number 7, Braden Thompson, playing right field today.
Next up, 7, Braden Thompson.
Thompson, the senior. Fouled off. Yo, 1 misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson swinging a hot bat right now. The 1-1. That is through the hole. Nice pickup by the shortstop, but Thompson will have the infield single.
Thompson beats it out. Safe at first.
Good play by the shortstop, but Thompson used his wheels to look at it as an infield single. So Colin Jones will be next up, with Thompson over at first. Thompson will stay at first. Again, number 10, Drew Dalton on the mound for the Decatur Central Hawks. No count at the plate to the junior, Colin Jones. It's under the glove of the shortstop. He knocked it down into shallow left field.
Base hit for Colin Jones.
'93 off the bat for Colin Jones. 93 exit velo. 93 exit
Next up for the Bulldogs, Karsten LeBlanc.
We'll be happy that you do that. Brings up the catcher, junior, number 16, Karsten LeBlanc, swing and a miss. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. They will send Thompson. Throw coming in. He will be out at home.
Thompson is out.
So a single for LeBlanc. Out recorded at home. So 2 away now. Courtesy runner. Luke Fields will run for LeBlanc.
17, Luke Fields in as a courtesy runner for the Bulldogs. Now batting, center fielder number 8, Killian Grove.
Center fielder Grove. Called strike. The 0-1 to Grove. That is low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Inside, 2-1. Dogs trying to tie this one up here in the second. 2 out with 2 on. 2-1 to Grove. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Killian batting 8th and wearing number 8. 2-2. And he went.
Crow strikes out for out number 3. 1-0 Hawks.
Dogs leave 2 stranded and 1 out at the plate. We go to the third. Trailing 1-0. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. All right, top 3, trailing 1-0. Sophomore Luke McWhorter at the plate for the Hawks. Breaking ball from Phillips is low, ball 1. LeBlanc behind the plate, defensively up the middle. Greathouse at short. Jones at second with Killian Grow in center field. Outside corner, strike 1. 1-1. Strike 2 on the breaking ball. Cameron Beebe over at first, Skylar Rose at third, Canyon Kuntz in left, and Braden Thompson in right field. Completes the defense for your Dogs. That one sent into the air in left field. Kuntz will come in. 1 away.
McWhorter flies out for out number 1. Next up for the Hawks, 13, Jonathan Tepepa Juarez.
Jonathan will step to the plate. Inside, ball 1. Two balls and no strikes. A little further inside, 3-0. There we go. It's a strike. 3-1 from Phillips. Ground ball. Jones will charge it over to Beebe. 1 away.
Tepepa Juarez out at first.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 2 out.
Next up, shortstop number 1, Caleb Troop.
Called strike. Phillips gets ahead. Swing and a miss. 0-2 from Phillips. Again, he works quickly on the mound. It's a sign from the windup, the 0-2. Yes, sir. Good squeeze from LeBlanc.
Phillips strikes out Troop for out number 3.
A quick half inning.
Hawks.
We go to the bottom of the third, trailing 1-0. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball, brought to you by Evolve Baseball Training. Go to evolvebaseballtraining.com and take a look at that program. Talk to Andy. Tell him you heard about him on DKSN. Proud sponsor of your Brownsburg Bulldogs. Junior third baseman Skylar Rose will lead it off for your Dogs as Dalton pitches ball 1. The 1-0. Ground ball. Safe. No.
Rose called out at first.
I had him safe at first. Field umpire calls him out.
Back to the top of the order, left fielder 13, Canyon Kuntz.
So that turns the lineup over with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Kuntz flew out to center field, his first at bat. Ball 1. The 1-0. Low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0). Called strike on the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Chopper to third. Back up. Safe. Infield single for Kuntz.
Kuntz is safe at first. Next up, shortstop 14, Braden Greathouse.
1 out, 1 on. Kuntz over at first. Greathouse now at the plate. Kuntz. One out, 1 on. No count to Greathouse, the sophomore shortstop, as Dalton comes set. Oh, nice line drive. Kuntz will hold up at second as he had to make sure that was down.
Greathouse.
Great inside-out swing for Greathouse.
Second. Next up for the Bulldogs, Ethan Kogel.
With 1 out and 2 on, that brings up the DH. The junior, number 12, Ethan Kogel. He singled back in the first. That one in the dirt. Kuntz stays at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Blue cleans off home plate. That is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody really holding on Kuntz at second. Second base is kind of there. And now that one is a strike. Two balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Kuntz will go. He'll be in. Double stolen base for both Kuntz and Greathouse. A strike at the plate.
Two count for Ethan Kogel.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for Kogel. The 2-2 pitch. That will score 1. We are tied as Kogel will be thrown out at first. RBI for Kogel.
Kuntz scores for the Bulldogs, and we are tied at 1. Base runner at third for 15, Daniel Phillips.
So as you just heard, Daniel Phillips now at the plate with Greathouse at third, 2 outs, and a tie game here in the bottom of the third. Ooh, swing and a miss over that off speed. The 0-1 to Phillips. Oh, right back up the middle. RBI single as Phillips helps his cause.
Hit for Daniel Phillips. Dogs lead 2-1. Drew Bostic, it is a courtesy runner for Brownsburg. Now batting 7, Braden Thompson.
So Thompson had an infield single, his last at bat. But Drew Bostic now is the courtesy runner at first base. The Dogs lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Dalton comes set. Ooh, off the end of the bat, foul down the right field line. Bostic paying attention over there at first. Oh, 1 count to Thompson. Again, the throw over from Drew Dalton. I'd say Drew Dalton stands 6'1", maybe pushing 6'2". Righty sophomore. Inside to Thompson. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is a strike on the outside corner. Oh, Bostic fell down on his way to second, and then he's going to get in a pickle. He'll be out at second. Second out for the Dogs.
Down for out number 3. We head to the fourth. 2-1.
So the second
Bulldogs.
out on the bases for your Dogs. Thompson did not complete his at-bat, so he will lead it off in the fourth. But the Dogs take the lead and get 2 in the bottom of the third. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. Brought to you by EvolvedBaseballTraining.com. EvolvedBaseballTraining.com. Check it out. Talk to Andy. Get that athlete in your life involved with virtual training from Andy at EvolvedBaseballTraining.com. In season and out of season, accountability that matters. EvolvedBaseballTraining.com. Number 25, Logan Marcus, the senior, will lead it off for Decatur Central in the top of the fourth with your Dogs leading 2-1. Daniel Phillips on the mound. Ground ball. Left side. And to make matters worse, the throw beats him to second. On the overthrow, he's out. A single.
Marcus out at second.
So you're going to score that. Do you score that in air?
I didn't see it.
So an overthrow at
Smith
first.
batting.
He kind of kicked it at third, overthrow at first, and then on the run to second, he's out. Yeah. All right, so one out here in the top of the fourth. Unconventional, we'll say that. But nice throw by LeBlanc to be hustling down the line. 0-2 now as Phillips gets ahead. So, yeah, LeBlanc hustling down the line, gets the errant throw, and throws it to Jones for the tag out. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball just missed high. I guess letters don't count in high school baseball. The 2-2, that one also high. Three balls and 2 strikes. Phillips shook off one. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Woo! Count stays 3-2. Low. So a 1-out walk. We'll put one on board. That'll bring up Yamil Reyes.
Runner at first, 1 out for Yamil Reyes.
Senior, right-hander. He singled his first at bat. A swing and a miss. Nothing. Carson sticks with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. The Dogs leading 2-1. High, 2-1. Yeah, Reyes singled on a 3-2 pitch back in the second. 2-1 from Phillips. Swing and a miss. Underneath. 2-2. So Smith so far content to stay over at first. Not a big lead over there with the lefty Phillips on the mound. Over to first. BB applies the tag. Two balls, two strikes, one out on a beautiful evening in Central Indiana for baseball. 2-2. He gone. Do you just not want to call a third strike? That's on you, Blue.
Reyes takes ball 4. Runners at first and second, back to the top of the order. Gage Sprague.
So that turns the lineup over. Coach Foley, pitching coach for the Dogs, wants to have a word. We'll take a break here as well. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN.
FSG stands ready to build better electrical systems, to create more impactful lighting solutions, deploy advanced building controls and monitoring, design and fabricate dynamic signage, provide cutting-edge technology, and drive innovation for a sustainable future with EV charging and solar technology. In this, FSG finds our true calling. We don't just service buildings. We serve the people who bring them to life.
It usually helps if I unmute it as we come back from commercial break. Called strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Maybe you enjoyed the muted. That one is a walk.
Sprague takes ball 4. Bases are now loaded for Levi Seib.
Seib 2 for 2. Last one was just an infield single. All right, it looks like we will have another timeout called. As looks like we'll make a pitching change for your Dogs. Looks like Phillips will go over to first at some point, as the Coach Foley will bring in Phillips' first baseman's glove for BB. This call to the bullpen brought to you by the Housing Lab in Holly Kuntz. Sometimes you need a fresh start. Give Holly a call if you're looking for your next house or your forever home. At the Housing Lab, that scientific approach to real estate. We'll go over the incoming pitcher when we come back in just a minute. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. All right, sophomore right-hander J.J. Klein will take over for the Dogs. As eventually the music will shut off. He inherits 3 runners on base. So even though Phillips is not hitting, fouled off by Seib. So Phillips still responsible for the 3 runners on base. That is ripped into left field. A 1-out single scores a run, ties the game.
Bases remain loaded for 10, Drew Dalton.
That brings up the pitcher, number 10, Drew Dalton. So Klein, a 6'3" slender sophomore. They'll step off. They'll roll through the signs. 1 out, bases loaded. Dalton batting third for the Hawks. Called strike on the inside corner. Really good location. The 0-1. Ground ball.
RBI base
Another
hit for
single.
Drew Dalton. Hawks take a 3-2 lead.
3-2
Bases
now here
loaded,
in the
1
top
out
of the
for
fourth.
McWhorter.
Breaking ball, strike 1. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dogs trail 3-2 here in the top of the fourth. Outside, nothing. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball. Good pick. Got nice pick. LeBlanc picks it at home.
At home for out number 2.
Really good pick by LeBlanc at home. On the fielder's choice.
Bases loaded, 2 outs for Jonathan Tepepa Juarez.
So 2 outs now. Bases loaded. Outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Fouled off. 1-1. Sun goes behind the clouds for a minute. 1-1. Chopper. Jones will charge, and it's through his legs. 2 runs will score.
Hawks score 2 runs on the error.
So runners at first and second, and 5-2 now.
Runners at first and second, 2 outs for Caleb Troop.
Klein got the ground ball he wanted. I think it just took a weird hop on Jones as he charged it. That's a fly ball to center. Groh is out there. They'll make the play. Side retired.
Troop flies out for out number 3. 4 runs scored for the Hawks in the 4th. 5-2, Decatur Central lead.
You heard it, 5-2 Decatur. As we go bottom 4. Your Dogs trail. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on TKSN. Senior right fielder Braden Thompson will lead it off for your Dogs, with Drew Dalton still on the mound for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing by 3. That one is high, ball 1. Check swing foul. A 1-1 to Thompson. That is low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Thompson had an infield single back in the 2nd. He did not go. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). Upstairs, he'll walk. Leadoff runner aboard here in
Thompson
the
takes
bottom of
ball
the 4th.
4.
That'll bring up the second baseman, junior, number 11, Colin Jones.
Next up, 11, Colin Jones.
Over to first. Good pick by the first baseman. Keep that in front of him. As Thompson gets back. Pitch to Jones is low. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. That is laced into the gap in right center field. There'll be extra bases as Thompson is on his horse. They will hold him at third as Jones is in with a double.
That's a double for Colin Jones. Next up for the Bulldogs, Karsten LeBlanc.
So LeBlanc now batting for the Dogs with nobody out and 2 on. Ball high. Junior catcher. Thompson over at third. Jones at second. The 1-0 to LeBlanc. Low. 2 balls and no strikes. At least he's consistently not calling the low strike. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, that one above the letters. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out with 2 on. LeBlanc at the dish. The pitch. That one high, 3-1. Time called. A 3-1 to LeBlanc. Ooh, that looked off the plate to me. 3-2. Full count. The pitch to LeBlanc. Nope. He'll take his walk. That one was a little bit lower. He's not giving a low strike. So Luke Fields will come in and run for LeBlanc. With nobody out, Dogs have the bases loaded. They're threatening here in the bottom of the
Courtesy
fourth.
runner for the Bulldogs, 17, Luke Fields. Bases are loaded for Jillian Grow.
What he said. Lots of room out in the gaps. The right fielder playing fairly shallow, it looks like. Grow, senior, playing center fielder. I think he's calling it hit him in the box, so foul. Called it early. Nothing in 1 to Grow. That is not a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. That one low. Good stop by the catcher. 2-1. Thompson at third. Jones at second with Fields over at first. The 2-1. That one fouled off. 2-2. Sun comes back out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Grow. That's it's going to go fair. What a play. That's going to score a run. Yeah. Trickled down the line. Nothing.
Thompson scores
No
for the
play
Bulldogs.
for the first baseman other than to step on the bag. I'm going to call that a sac bunt.
5-3 is our score. Next up, third baseman 19, Skylar Rose.
So 2 outs, 2 on. That brings up third baseman, number 19, Skylar Rose. Low and in, ball 1. So now Jones at third with Fields at second. Dogs trying to chip away at this Decatur Central lead. Fouled off. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch to Rose. That is a breaking ball in for a strike. 1-2. The 1-2 from Dalton. That's shallow left field. Center or the shortstop will make the play on the dirt. 2 away with 2 on. That turns the lineup over.
Rose pops out for out number 2. Runners remain at second and third for Canyon Coots.
2 out, 2 on. Coombs 1 for 2 on the day. Outside in the other box for strike 1. The 0-1. That one fouled off, 0-2. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs, 2 on. Dogs trail by 2. Kuntz will stay alive. Tried to pitch him away. Take it that way, kid. Catcher sets up way outside. Time called. Kuntz called time. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Low and in, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Oh. Got him with an off speed.
Coots strikes out for round number 3. Dogs score 1 in the 4th. 5-3, Hawks lead.
Threw the slider, got him to swing over the top of it. Dogs strand 2. We go top 5, trailing by 2. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. All right, top five, trailing by 2. J.J. Klein, the sophomore on the mound for the Dogs. So officially, Phillips goes 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Chopper, foul. Logan Marcus, the batter for the Hawks, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, chops it foul, 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 5th. Dogs trail by 2. Klein delivers. Kept it in on his hands. Got the swinging strikeout for out number 1.
Next up for the Hawks, 22, Braden Smith.
Smith 1 for 1 and a walk. Outside, ball 1. Next week, the Dogs are in action as they host Franklin Central on Tuesday, at Franklin Central on Wednesday. Ground ball. Jones will play it on a hop. Over to Phillips, 2 away.
Smith out at first. 2 outs. Now batting third baseman number 5, Yamil Reyes.
So Tuesday, Wednesday versus Franklin Central, and then the Dogs will go to Carmel on Saturday for a doubleheader against the Greyhounds. 2 outs now. Here in the top of the 5th. Chopper, Great House, can't get it up the middle. It bounced, funky bounce as Great House was coming across the bag.
Base hit for Reyes.
So that was the 9
Back to
hitter.
the top of the order, 7, Gage Sprague.
So the catcher, Sprague. Now at the plate. Yeah, inside corner, strike 1. Klein fires a strike over to first base. Runner back in time. Low one in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yes, he did. Did you even have to ask? That should have been called by the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Two-run game here in the top of the fifth. Flare shot down the right field line. Foul. Count will stay 1-2. One ball, two strikes, two outs. A lot of dancing over there at first. LeBlanc will put the tag on. That's three. Yeah.
Strikes out for out number 3.
All right.
We're headed to the bottom of the fifth. 5-3 Decatur Central.
What he said. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN.
Braden Greathouse.
Shortstop BG at the plate for the Dogs to lead off the home half of the fifth. No way. The 0-1. At makeup call. One ball, one strike. One ball, one strike. Let it hit you, B. One ball, two strikes. Ground ball under the glove. Greathouse will
reaches on an error.
Leadoff runner aboard. That brings up number 12.
Next up for the Bulldogs, Ethan Kogel.
Umpire had a word with McCallum. I don't know if it was a thrown bat, but thanks. So Greathouse over at first, Kogel at the plate. Fly ball down the right field line and foul. Bottom 5, trailing by 2. Great House over at first. Kogel at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. Time called is Drew Dalton, the Hawks pitcher, taking his time. Deal 1 to Kogel. Ground ball. There is a seeing eye single for Kogel.
Base hit for Ethan Kogel.
That brings up
Now
the
batting Daniel Phillips.
first baseman, senior, number 15, Daniel Phillips. So Kogel at first with Great House at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. High pitch. Fouled off as Phillips showed bunt. Phillips 1 for 2 with an RBI. Starting pitcher for tonight's game. Shows bunt. Pulls it back now. Fouled it off. 0-2. Catcher sets up away. Great House at second. Up above. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two count, nobody out, 2 on. Good battle by Phillips. Count will stay 1-2. Phillips is senior, committed to play at Purdue Northwest next year. He rips that one into right field. Nice play by the right fielder, but Great House will tag. So runners will be on the corners now.
1 out for the Bulldogs. Runners now at the corners for Braden Thompson.
That was all or nothing for that right fielder. If he doesn't make that catch, that's all the way to the fence. So Kogel at first, Great House at third. That brings up right fielder Braden Thompson, senior. He will put down a nice bunt. Great House did not go. So will not get counted as a sack bunt. But it got Kogel to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position.
Runners at second and third now for Colin Jones.
Brings up Colin Jones. Jones 2 for 2. Outside, ball 1. Kogel at second, Great House at third. Chopper up the middle. That is off the glove of the second baseman. We're at a 1-run game as
Great House
Jones
scores for third.
I don't think they were going to have. I don't think he was
On the
going to have a
base hit
play.
by Jones. 5-4 our score.
RBI for Jones. That'll bring up the catcher.
Bulldogs, Karsten LeBlanc.
If you guys only knew how loud the PA system was, you should appreciate how much I'm filtering the sound of the PA system. Swing and a miss from LeBlanc, the junior catcher. Jones at third with Kogel, or Jones at first with Kogel at third. Over to first. The 0-1. LeBlanc ripped into left field, but to the left fielder, unfortunately.
LeBlanc flies out to left for out number 3. Dogs score 1-5-4. Hawks lead.
All right, so the score is now correct, 5-4 on the Evolved Baseball Training scoreboard. We go top 6, trailing by 1. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. All right, top of the 6th, 1-run game. J.J. Klein on the mound for your dog with LeBlanc behind the plate. Fly ball, left field. Kuntz out there will make the play.
Side flies out to left for out number 1. Next up, Drew Dalton.
That brings up the pitcher. Number 10, Drew Dalton. Low and in, ball 1. Ground ball, fielded by Greathouse. Throw over to Phillips. 2-way.
Next up for Decatur Central, right fielder number 9, Luke McWhirter.
So 2 outs. Ground ball. Jones over to Phillips. 1-2-3 inning.
1-2-3 inning for the Dogs in the 6th. 5-4 Hawks lead.
All right, it's Groh, Rose, and Kuntz as we go top or bottom 6, trailing by 1. You're watching Brownsburg Baseball on DKSN. Pinch hitting for Killian Grow is the senior, number 5, Drew Bostic. New pitcher in for the Hawks is Levi Seib, junior. 2 balls and no strikes. Bostic at the plate. That one is a strike, 2-1. Oh, 2 balls and 2 strikes to even the count. A 2-2 to Bostic. That is low and away. Count will go full. So Dalton goes 5 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned. And that breaking ball missed high, leadoff walk for Bostic.
Bostic takes ball 4.
Two walks and 2 strikeouts finishes the line for Dalton on 80 pitches.
Bulldogs 19, Skylar Rose.
So that brings up third baseman Skylar Rose with Bostic over at first. Reaching bunt. Nope. They tried to go and get the lead runner. The errant throw will put 2 aboard.
Rose reaches on an error. Bostic advances to second. Back to the top of the order, and Kenyon Coots.
So Coots 1 for 3 on the day. Looking to get the Dogs evened up here in the bottom of the 5th, or bottom of the 6th, sorry. With Rose at first and Bostic at second. Bostic a threat to steal. Might see that early in the count here, but nobody out. Seib on the mound, the junior right-hander for the Hawks. Called strike at the knees. That is through the hole on the right side. We'll see if they send Bostic. They will not. Whoa, what are we doing? What are we doing? Get back. No go, no go. As the Dogs induce the air. Somebody from the Decatur dugout yelled 1 as Kenyon was going back. So on the air.
Bostic scores for the Bulldogs, and we are tied at 5.
So it's a single for Kuntz, and then Brownsburg will score on the air. As they almost ran into an out. They held up Bostic at third.
Now batting for Brownsburg, Greathouse.
Rose kept running, and Kuntz is watching the runner in front of him, so he was at second. But that brings up Greathouse with nobody out and 2 on. Popped up a mile. We'll see if they will tag. Yep. Rose will come home. Safe.
He is safe at home plate. Skylar Rose scores the go-ahead run.
So a sack fly.
6-5.
A sack fly for Greathouse as he sent it far down the right field line. I should have moved the camera to show that to you. But Brownsburg takes the lead here, and Kuntz took third.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, Ethan Kogel.
So 1 out now here in the bottom of the 6th. The Dogs lead 6-5. That brings up Ethan Kogel, the DH. Called strike on an off-speed pitch. The 0-1. That one fouled off. 0-2 to Kogel. Dogs looking for an insurance run here in the bottom of the sixth, as they've now taken the lead 6-5. And doubt that will do it. Second baseman underneath it will make the play.
Kogel pops out for out number 2.
That'll bring up Daniel Phillips, the senior first baseman.
Next up for Brownsburg, Daniel Phillips.
So 2 out, 1 on. He rocket to short. Nice backhand play off the line. They got them on the tag. Will be the call.
Phillips tagged out at first.
Did the run
Dogs
score?
scored 2 in the 6th. Brownsburg leads 6-5. (13) Jonathan to Peppa Juarez.
All right, Klein goes back out to try to close this one out here in the 7th with the Dogs leading 6-5. LeBlanc behind the plate, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes here in the top of the 7th. Outside 3-0. So if you went back and watched that, Canyon actually touched home before the tag was applied at first. But in talking to the umpire in between innings, it is still a forced play because the runner never reached first safely. That was new for me. Three balls and one strike here in the top of the 7th. Just barely missed the outside corner.
So Peppa Juarez takes ball 4. Next up for the Hawks, shortstop Caleb Troop.
So Troop 0 for 3 on the day. He fouls off that as he showed bunt. So Klein ahead 0-1. Nobody out, one on. Over to first. Runner back in time. Good move by Klein. Runner goes. That's lifted. Kuntz and Bostic both out there. Jones cuts all that off.
Out for round number 1.
Long fly ball out. So Bostic stays in defensively.
Next up for the Hawks, Logan Marcus.
One out. Decatur was trying to get that lead runner to second to stay out of a double play. So see if Klein can keep him at first. Slide step. He gone. Yep. Out at second. Nice throw and great tag by Jones.
At second for out number 2.
And good job by Klein getting to the plate quick. So 2 outs now, and the base is empty. 1 ball, no strikes. Klein delivers. That's a pop up, and Bostic will call everybody off in center field. And that's the ball game. The Dogs
flies out for out number
coming from
3.
behind to win this
in
one in
Rose
7.
Park. Our final score, your Brownsburg Bulldogs 6, the Decatur Central Hawks 5. Fans, we thank you for joining us here this evening and for your support of high school athletics. Go Dogs!
So the Dogs improve to 5-7 and go 2-1 on the week. So a much needed winning week here for you Dogs. Again, they'll be back at it next Tuesday against Franklin Central. Tuesday, Wednesday against Franklin Central, then at Carmel for a doubleheader on Saturday. Thanks for joining us on DKSN. I would run through some stats for you, but YouTube is going to block this anyway because of the music playing in the background. So again, thanks for joining us on DKSN. I've been your host, Don Kuntz. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend.